Hello students, welcome to Agnit Academy. In today's class, we will solve 6 marks problem from previous year question paper. Let's start the problem number 1. This question is from third chapter, that is recording of transaction 1. Prepare accounting equation from the following. What is the accounting equation? What it says? That the assets of the business are always equal to the liabilities and capital of the business. Accounting equation is assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. We'll see the first transaction. Ramesh started business with cash rupees 5 lakh. Started business with cash. Cash is a asset. So we'll prepare the accounting equation solution. The columns are serial number, and here you have to write the accounting equation. That is, assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Cash, asset. So in assets we will write cash, and the amount is 5 lakh. Okay, business started with cash of rupees 5 lakh. So point A ದಲ್ಲಿ cash ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರೀರಿ amount 5 lakh. Whatever the amount invested by the owner to start the business, it is called capital. Yes, in first transaction, Ramesh started business with cash of rupees 5 lakh. So this 5 lakh amount in form of cash is treated as capital. So in capital, we will write amount 5 lakh. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು? So first cash ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು assets ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು and the amount is 5 lakh. ಸೇಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರೀರಿ 5 lakh. So the first entry is over. Assets is 5 lakh and the capital is 5 lakh. Second transaction is purchased goods from Harish for cash rupees 2 lakh. Purchased goods from Harish for cash. Purchases ಅನ್ನ ನಾವೆಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಪೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ದಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ 5 lakh. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ 5 ಲ್ಯಾಕಿನ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅದರಿಂದ 2 lakh ರುಪೀಸಿನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. That's why we have to minus 2 lakh from this 5 lakh amount. Okay, before that you have to write this amount 5 lakh, total of assets 5 lakh, that is cash, and capital amount is 5 lakh. In second transaction, goods are purchased from Harish for cash rupees 2 lakh. So we have total 5 lakh rupees, and from that 5 lakh rupees we have taken 2 lakh, and from that we have purchased the goods from Harish. So minus 2 lakh ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು? ಟೋಟಲ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ಇದೆ 5 lakh. ಆ 5 lakh ಇನ 2 lakh rupees ಅನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೈನಸ್ 2 lakh. ಬಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? ಇನ್ವೆಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಆರ್ goods are treated as the current assets of the business. So assets ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರೀರಿ goods. ಈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ business ಗೆ goods ಆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. So in goods ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಬರೀರಿ. The value of goods is 2 lakh. So ಈ 2 lakh ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ? Because we have spent 2 lakh rupees for purchasing the goods and we have bought 2 lakh rupees goods to the business. So this goods will be treated as asset. So in assets we have to write goods and the amount is 2 lakh. So the final balance from 5 lakh minus 2 lakh. 5 lakh cash ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು 2 lakh ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈಗ ಉಳಿದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್, so the remaining balance is 3 lakh. We have cash 3 lakh rupees and the goods is 2 lakh. Capital as it is 5 lakh. Third one, goods sold to Lata costing rupees 1 lakh. Goods ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹಣ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಬಟ್ in this transaction goods are sold to Lata on credit basis because here they have not mentioned that the goods sold to Lata for cash. Here they have not mentioned for cash. So we have to think that the goods are sold to Lata on credit basis. So Lata will be treated as the debtor of the business. Okay, Lata is the debtor of the business and debtor is a asset. Debtor is treated as the assets of the business and creditor is treated as the liability of the business. ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಲತಾಗೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಲತಾ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೂ ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಲತಾ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಡೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಸೊ ಸೇಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ರುಪೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾರಿದ್ದೇವೆ 1 lakh ನಮ್ಗೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟಿನ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಸಿ 2 lakh ಹೌದಲ್ಲ ಟೋಟಲ್ 2 lakh ಇನ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ 1 lakh ಇನ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 1 lakh ಗಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ 2 lakh ಇನ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಈ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ 1 lakh ಇನ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಲತಾಗೆ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಸೊ ಮೈನಸ್ 1 lakh and we have not received the cash so here nil ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ 3 lakh ಗೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಲತಾ is a debtor and debtor is a asset so assets ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬರೆಯೋಣ debtors okay and the debtors amount is 1 lakh so here write 1 lakh this is for selling the goods minus 1 lakh and this is the debtors amount. Final balance is cash balance 3 lakh and goods amount is 1 lakh. 2 lakh in goods to 1 lakh in a goods and sale ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ so ಉಳಿದ goods value is 1 lakh and debtors amount is 1 lakh. So in assets what we have cash of rupees 3 lakh goods value 1 lakh and debtors amount is 1 lakh and capital as it is 5 lakh. Got all these three transactions? So the accounting equation is assets of the business are always equal to the liabilities and capital of the business. So equation assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. So ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ 3 lakh goods 1 lakh and debtors 1 lakh. So total ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ 3 lakh plus 1 lakh plus 1 lakh 5 lakh. So total assets ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ 5 lakh. Liabilities nil. Capital amount is 5 lakh. So assets total is 5 lakh and the total of liabilities and capital is 5 lakh. So the equation is assets of the business are always equal to the total of liabilities and capital of the business. So both sides you have got the same amount. Got this first problem? Okay, in exams they will give you such types of problem and you have to prepare the accounting equation. Now we'll solve the second problem. Second one is classify the following accounts into assets, liabilities, expenses or losses, revenue or gains, and capital. Certain accounts they have given here and you have to name these accounts that either it is asset, liability, expenses or losses, revenue or gains, and capital. We'll see the first one. Cash account. Cash, just now I have told you that cash is a asset. So in cash account, write asset. Second one is commission received. Commission received. Received, it is a income or revenue. Received, we have to treat as a revenue or income of the business. Paid, payment made, it is treated as the expenses of the business. Commission received is a revenue of the business. Third one, Ram's capital account. So it is clear that Ram's capital account, we have to write capital. Patent account. Patent account, it is the asset of the business. Fifth one, outstanding salary account. Salary, it is a expenses. Outstanding expenses is treated as the liabilities of the business and prepaid expenses is treated as the assets of the business. Salary is a expenses. Salary paid to workers or wages paid to workers, it is a expenses of the business. So outstanding salary or outstanding expenses is treated as the liabilities of the business. So for this fifth item, outstanding salary account, will write answer liabilities. Okay. Sixth one is purchases account. Purchasing of goods or purchasing of any asset is the expenses of the business. Goods, furniture, or any other asset comes into the business, but it is treated as the purchasing of asset or purchasing of goods is treated as the expenses of the business. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ goods ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ assets ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಆದರೆ at the same time the business make the payment or business make the expenses for purchasing goods or purchasing any asset. So purchases account is treated as the expenses. So purchase account ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು expenses ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Next one is bills payable account. Bills payable, it is a liability. Bills receivable is a asset and bills payable is a liability. So bills payable, right here, liabilities. Next one, prepaid interest. Prepaid interest. Interest is a expenses and this expenses is paid in advance. Prepaid means paid in advance. So prepaid expenses is treated as the assets of the business, just I mentioned here that outstanding expenses is treated as the liabilities of the business. That's why this outstanding salary account we have written here liabilities and prepaid expenses paid interest paid interest it is a expenses and this expenses is paid in advance prepaid here they have mentioned prepaid means the interest is paid in advance and prepaid expenses is treated as the assets of the business. Applied to outstanding expenses is treated as the liabilities of the business and prepaid expenses is treated as the assets of the business. So, a prepaid interest account answer is asset. Rent account. Rent is a expenses. So, rent account will write answer expenses. 10th one, creditors account. Creditors account is a liability. Debtors are the assets of the business and creditors are the liabilities of the business. 11th one, drawing account. What do you mean by drawing? The amount withdrawn by the owner from the business for his personal use is treated as drawing. And this drawing affects the capital of the business. So drawing account will take the which head? Capital. Building, it is a fixed asset. So building account answer assets. So in exams, they will give you few items and they'll ask you to classify all these accounts into assets, liabilities, expenses or losses, revenue or gains, and capital for 6 marks. Next, we'll solve one more problem from previous year question paper. Problem number 3. Enter the following transactions in a simple cash book and balance it. So here they have given certain transaction and we have to prepare simple cash book or single column cash book. So the columns are right here heading cash book. Left side of the cash book is called debit side and the right side of the cash book is called credit side. Debit side, we will record all the incomes of the or receipts of the business and credit side we will record all the expenses or payments of the business. ಮತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ರಿಸಿಪ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡಿಗೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್. On 1st January 2021, balance of cash in hand is rupees 12,000. So this is the balance of last year. So last year balance will take on the receipt side or the debit side of the cash book. So the columns are date, receipts, LF, amount, date, payments, LF, amount. So this cash balance will take on debit side of the cash book. First we'll write the date, 1st January 2021, to balance brought down. Debit side you have to write to, and credit side you have to write by. To balance brought down amount is 12,000. Okay, last year balance you have to take on debit side of the cash book. Receipt column. Second transaction is on 6th January, cash received from Sandhya. Okay, all the cash transaction we have to record in cash book and not credit transaction. Only we have to record the cash transaction. Either it is a cash receipt or cash payment. We'll record in cash book. So second transaction is cash received from Sandhya. Cash received. So received where you will take receipt side. In debit side, we'll first write the date 6th January 2021. So this cash is received from whom? Sandhya. So write here to Sandhya, and the amount is 4,300. For receiving cash from Sandhya, what will be the journal entry? Cash account debited to Sandhya's account. Like this we have to record. Cash account debited. No, that's why we have written on the debit side of the cash book to Sandhya. Amount 4,300. Got this transaction? Third one is on 10th January, cash purchases rupees 9,000. Cash purchases, goods are purchased for cash. Goods are purchased by paying the cash. Purchases we have to take on the payment side. Goods comes into the business and cash goes out to the business. Cash goes out of the business and now we'll record ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Payments ಅಲ್ಲಿ cash comes into the business, we have to record in receipt. So cash purchases, and purchases it is a expenses. So this purchases where you will record in payment side. So write here date on 10th January by purchases, and the amount is 9,000. ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲದಿದ್ವಿ. ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಸ್ ಇದ್ದ ಕಾರಣ ಈ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. 18 January, paid commission. Paid, it is expenses. So expenses where you will take credit side. So right here 18th January 2021 by commission, and the amount is 2,500. And the last transaction is on 30th, paid rent. Rent is the expenses. So right here on 30th January by rent, and the amount is 5,000. So in this problem, the expenses of the business are more than the incomes of the business. So we'll first add the credit side amount column. Add these three amounts, 9,000 plus 2,500 plus 5,000. And the total of these three amount is 16,500. Same amount we will write debit side 16,500. From the 16,500 minus 12,000 minus 4,300. Okay, from 16,500 minus these two amounts, and you will get the difference 200 rupees. Income total is to 12,000 plus 4,300, 16,300. Okay, and the expenses total or the payment total ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿದೆ 16,500. So expenses ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಮತ್ತು income ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ. To this difference write 30th January 2 balance carried down and the amount is 200. Got this problem? In my next video, we will solve 3 more problems from previous year question paper. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. See you in my next video. Thank you, friends.